All right, this is video number 2 for Tuesday's e-learning. I'm going to go through these problems that you did on Schoology. I want you to check it and try to figure out if you made a mistake, where it was, so that you can learn from it. One of the problems, there's several different ways to do it. I'll try to show you a couple of different ways, but you might have done it different. As long as you got the correct answer, that's great. So number 1, how many nickels are in $18.85? First thing we need to know is, what is a nickel? A nickel is 5 cents. So a nickel is 5 cents. So how many 5 cents are there in $18.85? Well, $18.85 is our whole that we're cutting. So our whole number goes inside the box, and we're cutting it into 5 cents. Again, I'm not going to put my zero whole number. It's not needed as long as I have my decimal. All right, at this point, we look at our divisor. There is a decimal on it on the outside. It's not on the right to make it a whole number. So we need to move it over 2 spots to make it a whole number. Since we moved it on the divisor, we have to move it inside the box on the dividend. We're going to move it to the right 2 spots. So our decimal's at the end. I can go ahead and bring it up. And now I just divide normal. Will 5 fit into 1? No. Will 5 fit into 18? Yes, 3 times. 3 times 5 is 15. 18 minus 15 is 3. I'm going to bring down my 8. How many times will 5 fit into 38? The answer is 7, because 7 times, that's a 7. See if I can fix that real quick. Oh, I really got to mess now. That's a 3. That's a 7. 7 times 5 is 35. 38 minus 35 is 3. I'm going to bring my last one down, which is 5. How many times will 5 go into 35? The answer is 7, which is 35. So our answer is 377. That is our answer. 377 what? It's actually nickels. On your Schoology, you didn't have to label it. It's just 377. For number 2, we had how many quarters are there in $42.75? First thing is, we have to know that a quarter is 25 cents. So our total is $42.75. That is how much we're cutting to see how many cuts we can get out of 25 cents. So our $42.75 is going to go inside the box, and our 0.25 goes outside the box. Again, our divisor has a decimal. We need to move it to the far right so it's a whole number, which I moved it 2 spots. So I need to move this one over 2 spots. And again, it puts it at the end. I'm just going to bring that decimal up. So now I just do divide as normal. Will 25 fit into 4? No. Will it fit into 42? Yes, it will fit into 42 one time. And I can subtract 2 minus 25. 2 minus 5 you cannot do. If you don't believe me, hold up 2 fingers and try to get rid of 5 of them. So we need to change our 4 to 3 and regroup this to 12. 12 minus 5 is 7. 3 minus 2 is 17. Check your work. See if you had 17 at this point. Now we're going to bring down our 7 over here. How many quarters will fit into 177? Well, 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, 175. That is 7 quarters. So I'm going to put 7 of the 7. 7 quarters. 7 times 25 is 175. 177 minus 175 is 2. And I'm going to bring down my last 5. How many 25s will fit into 25? 1, which is 25. Our answer is 171 quarters. You didn't have to label it on Schoology, but if it's on your paper, that's great. But it's 71 quarters. Number 3. This one I'm going to show you a couple of different ways to do it. How many dimes are in $99.90? Again, this is our total. We're cutting it by dimes. So I'm going to put my 99.90 inside, and I'm going to divide by dime, which is, whoops, put my 0 in there, 0.10. So really, it's just 10 here. I'm going to move my decimal over 2 spots to make a whole number of 10. And then I'll move this over 2 spots for a whole number of 10. Some of y'all did it this way. That's fine. Will 10 fit into 9? No. Will it fit into 99? Yes. 9 times 10 is 90. We bring our 9. How times will 10 fit into 99? Again, it's 9, which is 90. Left with 9. Bring down our 0. How many will 10 fit into 90? The answer is 9, which is 90. So our answer is 999 dimes. Now, the other way we can do this is, if you remember way back when, we had $99.90. We're dividing it by 0.1. Whenever we divide by a decimal, all we have to do is move our decimal to the right however many spots. This one is going to be 1 spot. So when we bring this over 1 spot, we're left with 999, which is the answer. So either way is acceptable. Number 4 was a little bit different. It is the total 25 quarters, 10 dimes, 5 nickels, and 1 penny. And I believe it said in dollars and cents on your Schoology question, in dollars and cents. So there's several ways you could do this. How I usually do it is I just find the amounts for each one of those and then add them together at the end. You could do it different ways, but that's just how I do it. So first thing is I need to find out what the total of 25 quarters is. So I'm going to take my 0.25 times 25. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times is 10 plus 2 is 12. Rid of that. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. I'm going to add these. I get 5, 2. 5 plus 1 is 6. Not worry about my decimals. I have 2 decimal spots. I start at the end and I move it over 2 decimal spots. So this one is $6.25. For 10 dimes, I'm going to take my 0.10 for dime times 10. Times 10 is 100. And then I have 2 decimal spots. So I'm going to put my decimal here and move it over 2 spots. So this one's answer is $1. For 5 nickels, I have a nickel is 5 cents, and I have 5 of them. 5 times 5 is 25. I have 2 decimal spots, so I'm going to start here and move it over 2 spots. So this one is just 20 cents. And then I have 1 penny, which is just 1 penny. And that's how I label it. So those are the amounts of each coin. Now I just have to add them together. So I'm going to take my $6.25, my quarters, my dollar for my dimes, my 25 cents for my nickels, and my 1 cent for my penny. And I'm going to add them up to find total. Let's see here. You all can't see this. I'll close that off. 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 1 is 11. Group my 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. Decimals all the way down. You're just going to bring down your decimal we're adding. And then 6 plus 1 is 7. So our answer is $7.51. The last one worded a little bit different. But we had, how many groups of 75 cents can I make out of $42? Well, I'm starting with $42. And what am I doing to that $42? I'm cutting it into 75-cent pieces. So my 75 cents is going to go out there. Again, I'm not going to put that 0 in front because it's a 0. I don't need it. If it was a different whole number, I would put that in there. I need to move my decimal to the right 2 spots, make a whole number. So this one's going to go 2 spots, and then I can go ahead and bring my decimal up. So now 75. How many 75s will fit into 4? It won't work. How many times will it fit into 42? It work. How many times will it fit into 420? If I cover up the zeros, if I cover up the 5 and 75 cents and I cover up the 0 and 420, how many times will 7 go into 42? The answer is 6. That will get me close. So if I take 75 times 6, 6 times 5 is 30. 7 times 6 is 42, plus 3 is 45. But you can see this 450 is more than 420. So that's too many times. So really, I just need to do it 5 times, take away 1. 5 times 5 is 25. 7 times 5 is 35, plus 2 is 7. So 375. 5 times will work. I'm going to put my 5 times above the 0 of 420. And then 5 times 75 is 375. And then I'm going to subtract. 0 minus 5 I can't do. Regroup it. 10 minus 5 is 5. 1 minus 7 I can't do it. 11 minus 7 is 4. I have no idea what that cursor is doing. That's freaking crazy. Bring down my 0. How many times will 75 go into 450? Well, the answer is 6 times. We already did the math to that. So I'll put my 6 there, which is 450. And my remainder is 0. So my answer is 56 what? Well, I can make 56 groups of 75 cents. Again, if you have any questions or you still can't figure it out, send me an email, send me a message. I'll walk you through it. I'll try to walk you through it. If you still can't figure out, maybe take a picture of what you're doing and email that to me or message it to me, and then we'll go from there. All right, this is all for math today. I'll see you tomorrow.